Oh, welcome to Alpha Cruises eSports. My name is Labs, and I'm here with my pink shirt fellow, Damo. How are we?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And today we do have the Agorables versus Friendship My Dirty Undies. But before we get into the game, guys, if you do enjoy our streams, check us a like on our social media. All our information is in our details in descriptions below. But in saying that what we'll do is we're going to get to it. It's pretty late at night, and I think we're all excited to watch this game. So what we'll do is while we do begin the replay, I'll get Damo to introduce both teams and their pickup. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go. And so, Damo, could you introduce the teams to us?
Yeah, so on the Agorables, we have Ju1 on the Rampage, jungling. Got High Primate, ADC Sparrow, White Tea mid laning with the Gadget, Microbic Walnut on Countess on the off lane, and Anchor in the jungle as Chimera. And then with Friendships, we have Gideon, the Mang playing Gideon is in mid lane. Grux probably off lane, I'm guessing, as Wobbegong. Kamagutsa sorry for the pronunciations. As a Crunch, the Purple Wiggle as a Rev tonight, and EO Poison as the Quang. I'm guessing it's a Quang support tonight, which I'm a bit excited for.
Actually, I'm just looking at the positioning. It looks like Poison is off lane.
Oh, really?
Support. Grux is balls deep in their jungle at the moment, and looks like there might be a rotation happening. Maybe no. But in saying that, we'll begin. But it looks like a very interesting team composition by the two.
Definitely.
But while we're looking at that, it's funny because Wobbegong's farming their jungle. But sorry. You were saying something?
No, I just had Anchor then jumping on the Quang there. Got him down to half health, but other than that.
But it's interesting team compositions, as we're discussing
Definitely. Chimera as a support.
And Crunch as a support. I mean, would these be the new metas?
I don't know. It's a very interesting composition. Like, we've got no typical support players here. No, not even a ban for a supports. So it's very interesting. I'm just excited for it.
Speaking of bans, who were the bans for today for the both sides, Damo?
Just let me bring that up. We have Friendships banned Bellica, and that's Agorable. And Morgus. They're very adorable Agorables.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a first blood there on the Quang, so good work there to Ankia and High Primate. They're playing really aggressive. So the kill was to Ankia, so I guess support Chimera. I mean, when I think about it, it's not really a support, but it just will be pouncing you every 5 seconds, which will be really annoying.
Got that pounce with the slow, which is nice. Gets them, the ADC can get them a bit low there, which is great.
I agree. And on
he's jungling at the same time, though.
Yeah, it's quite interesting how I guess Agorables are playing this year. The Ju1 is in the jungle with Higher, and the Mang is low. He might be going down. He is going in circles here. And there's a block by... And it looks like there might be a rock.
Oh, it hits the tower.
Close, and White Tea secures that with the remote there. So, wow, that's Agorable are really showing that they're going to roam and destroy, because I think their team is kind of pick it, hit it and quit it style, if it makes sense. Just go in, single target from what I see, and then get out. So an assassination type team. But it looks like on the flip side, Friendship with My Dirty Undies, they kind of, I feel like they do sort of have a team fight if they make it right. But obviously, they're more of a rumbling team. But the Purple Wiggle is in trouble, and Microbic and Ju1 make sure he goes down there, and they're chasing Kamagutsa there. Kamagutsa is getting lower and lower. He's 2-3 more hits away, and he dashes away, and he might be to safety. Ju1 tries to get that rock out, but misses.
Another tower hit with the rock.
But I kind of feel like Kamagutsa as a support Crunch, I don't know if he has anything to offer. I mean, yeah, he might have a slow punch and a knock up at level 6, but to get to that point, then he really has nothing else to offer. So very interesting play by Friendship here.
I've definitely thought about doing the crunch support, but haven't tried it yet because of that reason. It's by the time you're level 5, you're already moving off to other lanes anyway. There's not really any CCs there until that, so.
Yeah, of course. And it looks like the first round of wards are down, so it would be interesting to see who gets their wards up to try to control the map here, because obviously you'd like to see who'd gank. I mean, when you do typically, traditionally, when you look at the team compositions, two in that's Agorable's team can potentially jungle or swap between, so Rampage and Chimera. And on the flip side, Quang, Crux, and Crunch can potentially like interchange between each other if they need to sort out supports and stuff. But it looks like Komaku's has got his invis and he's going from behind trying to go gank Microbic here. The purple wiggle is by himself there. He misses his Q, spreads out the other creeps here. Komaku knocks once and twice on Microbic, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, and he's going on Microbic. He wants Microbic, but he falls back there. And on that's quite interesting because I would have thought that with a slow there he would have gotten something there.
Indeed, if the purple wiggle went down with him, they probably would have got that with just a 1Q on him at the end there with winged on.
Yeah, and he would have had his E there to do extra damage as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the only person carrying wards at this point in time is the Revenant, is the purple wiggle.
Which is quite a concern.
Yeah, very concerning.
Yeah, speaking of which, Demi, how are the both teams farming so far? So they're CS and CP.
So currently, that's Agorable 20 minions ahead of Friendship at the moment, which is quite good for them.
Sorry to cut you off there. At 6 minutes and 15 seconds, Friendship take the first tier 1 there. But as you were saying there, sorry, Damien?
Yeah, so yeah, that's Agorable quite ahead in the minions and in CP as well. We've got White Tea actually a few CP ahead of everyone else, which is good for
yeah. I guess it's because she did get the pick off. But speaking of pick offs, there might be a fight over here on the right side. G1 is knocking Komagutsu here. He's got his green, so he wants to get. It might be going down there. Whitey secures that kill with her ult. And it looks like the purple wiggle is running away there, takes the remote there, and I don't think G1 might be able to get a rock out here in time because Wobby is in with him as well. So it looks like they'll fall back with the kill advantage there. But it looks like Purple Wiggle is playing pretty ballsy. He's standing there by himself. But it looks like he retreats back to farming, which is interesting.
Indeed. That is now 4 kills to that's Agorable and 0 to Friendship at 7 minutes, so that might put them behind a little bit on everything, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like that's Agorable are actually starting to slip off in CS here, so that means that they'll probably get their cards sooner than later.
And they also have the advantage of them being on the Raptor side with their duo.
And Komagutsu gets a killing Chimera, but drops to high primate from what I see here. So it looks like they got their first kill, but it looks like Poison is falling back.
1 each trade there. Chimera went down and Crunch
Poison
went down.
Might be going down here. Ju1 is tower diving here. Gets stunned by Poison and high primate secures the heal, but goes down to the tower. He's standing too long in the tower, and the main comes in, but not in time to save his teammates here, but enough to scare them off. And on the inverse, Microbic gets the kill on the Purple Wiggle. So it is all happening around the map here, ladies and gentlemen. And I kind of feel like it's at the advantage of that's Agorable in terms of their pickoffs, because I feel that once they hit level 6, they've got the combos to kill people, just literally split pickoffs. What do you reckon, Damien?
Yeah, definitely. With that that advantage at the moment, they're 5 kills ahead at the moment, which is great for them, and their CP's up and everything like that. I think they definitely have an advantage at this point in the game. Not even 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and roughly around about this time, teams generally try to push up towers and ward up raptors, because obviously in 1 minute from now raptors do spawn, but I guess it kind of is different to each team, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Come on, Gutsa does get the black buff, so I do hope he converts that into something. I mean, a conversion to kill. Looks like they're going in mid. Tether misses on White Tea, but they will fall back. And it looks like that's Agorable is rotating to mid here, so there might be a rumble in mid.
Yeah.
And as they're coming in, I think they're waiting. Something's going to happen. I don't know if.
Thomas walking off. Oh, I think he was looking for the river buff.
And it looks like that Mang is by himself, and he might be going down here. And he does go down just after he puts his ult out. And Komagutsa gets a stun by Rampage, and he gets out. So High Primate gets a skill shot out there, pierces Komagutsa, but he gets away. So it looks like
Gadget might be coming up for a little gag there. Maybe chuck a mine on him.
Playing very aggressive here, very sneaky YT. Oh,
it does. Oh,
but Komagutsa lives barely, and it looks like it looks like everyone's slowly congregating to middle. But it looks like the Purple Wiggle did ult, but doesn't get anything out of that. And looks like he'll be suffering as a result. He is getting out of position right now, and he goes down. High Primate takes the kill. And at the same time, it looks like Poison also gets picked off as well. Beautiful play by the Agorables, but Friendship, they really need to, I guess, play the pickoffs, because Wobblygon is also going down by Acrobat with a beautiful blink there. Yeah, it looks like they're running in one at a time here, so I kind of feel as if that's Agorables are punishing Friendship for their poor, I guess, decision making.
They definitely have the team fight at the moment.
Yeah, and it looks like it's working to their advantage. It kind of feels like it's their play style, which is, the assassinate, the pickoffs and stuff like that. It's not necessarily a team fight wombo combo, but it's a different style of team fighting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's punishing them when they're by themselves, kind of like a gangbang, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess if Friendship can concentrate on the objectives and get those down, then they might be able to turn it around.
Definitely agree. I mean, they do have a Quang tether to like a Grux stun ult, potentially to a Gideon ult if they can do that well. They can get it really well done, but obviously that's dependent on White T not ulting in the middle of all that.
Indeed. But we also have Rev can take White T out of the ultimate as well with his ulti, I guess.
And speaking of ultimates, Microbic and Anchor do seal the deal on the Purple Wiggle, so it looks like they really are shutting down the Friendships carries farm, with him being on 12 CP as opposed to High Primate who's on 15. So it kind of looks like he's slightly ahead. But speaking of CP, I think Countess, that's Microbic, is really getting ahead of his farm here.
Definitely,
so 500 spent CP, so he will have a spike to pick off. And I think as a Countess, if you are ahead, you definitely will be scary, because you want to be ahead.
Yeah, she's ahead of Countess is ahead of by 2 CP of their own ADC, and then another 6 of the Revenant. So definitely gonna have an advantage, and she's just a perfect assassin for that Revenant as well.
Yeah, the hard counter from what we feel. Speaking of which, that Wobby is going in for a fight here, and Crunch is right behind him. Gets a pull on Anchor here, and potentially might be going down. Looks like he gets knocked up there by Comma, and Wobby gets the kill here.
Nice.
And it looks like Anki goes down. Wobby might be going down as well. Beautiful rotation by that's Agorables. But on the flip side here, looks like Poison gets the kill on the High Primate. Beautiful combo between him and the Mang. There's lots of things going on in the map here, ladies and gentlemen. And, I'd like to say I could like Eminem rap the whole fights from both sides. But, I'll do my best. How about you, Raymond? Do you reckon you could rap to this whole fight?
Probably not. I don't have the freestyle kind of rap that you probably do. I'm more of a I think about my raps beforehand.
Ghost Rider. Speaking of ghost riding, it looks like in middle there might be a collapse here on White T maybe. Anchor is here to respond potentially. But it feels like White T is on her game today. I mean, she is really playing aggressive.
Definitely, so good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's like going for the pickoff. Speaking of that, looks like Purple Wiggle might be going down. No, there's a miss ult there by White T, but beautiful pickoff there by High Primate, and it looks like Komagutsa is rumbling, but will be going down because there is 4 there. So opportunity for, I guess, Friendship, My Dirty Undies is to rotate, because fighting 1v5 is really not going to have a positive outcome here.
Yeah, Gideon was focusing on clearing the minions from his tower then, and didn't come in and help with the team fight then.
Yeah, but Wobby does get the pull in by Anchor, but falls back here.
Nice. Yeah.
So I just feel like Friendship kind of need to start working on chain connecting their moves, because that's really important, especially because they do have pickoffs. I mean, you have a
Definitely.
Quang that can pin someone down for Grux to pull in, for
And then
Crunch to knock up and pick off.
Gideon ult on top of that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he ults high enough, he could get out of Gadget's ults, but
Yeah.
obviously
Still got
Gadget's
your Rampage Rock.
Yeah, correct. So you still got a few things you need to take into consideration, but obviously, you need to worry about who has what.
Does Chimera's jump take Gideon out of his ult?
No, his ult might though, if he's in range. But it looks like Wobbegon is chasing Microbic Walnut here, and Microbic is getting out here. It's to safety. But I think before, it looks like the Purple Wiggle did die before. I missed that commentary, so sorry guys. But in saying that there, speaking of about 15 minutes into the game, Damo, how is the teams going in terms of CP and whatnot?
That's Agorable flying ahead with the farm at the moment. They're almost 100 minions ahead, which is a scary thing for Friendship. And as I say that as well, in the CP, they're definitely well ahead of Friendship. Countess is looking like a scary person to find in anywhere on the map at the moment with a very high lead. It's almost a 10-point lead at the moment.
Jesus. And it looks like mid tower is gone in favor of that Agorable, and they are chasing points. It is at a position here, gets beautifully rocked by Juwon, and looks like he'll be going down, bursted by the team. Ankyr is low here, but gets healed by the team, and they fall back to safety. I mean, it's already almost 17 minutes, so 16 minutes and 22 seconds. No Raptors have been contested, and I think that Friendship should try to make something out of this, because obviously this might be what they need to catch up in CP.
Indeed. Looks like they're sussing it out.
There's a rumble here. Juwon gets the stun on Revenant, but Revenant does ult Ankyr, and Ankyr is low, and it looks like Purple Wiggle will be going down to Ankyr. Beautiful rotation from Agorables, and at the same time, Wobbegon goes down. High Primat with low health here. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening in favor of That's Agorable. They are really going for those assassination pickups here. It looks like Microbic wants to do something potentially in the jungle, but I don't know if he's going to get anything out here. He looks like he's considering moving along.
Indeed. There's a few wards out here which they looks like they could have cleared, but no one's been clearing wards at the moment.
It kind of feels like they're ignoring it. I mean, there's two from that can be kind of removed from the map here, unless it's out of range, which I highly doubt from what I see. I just feel like they're just going in for the kills to shut down the farming, which is one tactic you could potentially take. I feel like Friendship can just play the objective if they really wanted to and just farm and catch up on CP, because come late game, who do you think will win late game if it was just purely on the play composition with like the same CP?
It's a really tough one. The team composition is just so different than you're used to seeing with both actual teams.
Wow, Microbic jukes, that's Agorable. Two ultimates missed there on Microbic. He blinks away like a boss and he walks away. And it looks like potentially not Poison is coming in here. Poison gets bursted down and he will be going down to White Tea. Beautiful reaction there to That's Agorable, and an enemy tower goes down. I believe that's in favor to That's Agorable. So that's another tier 1 down. Wow.
Indeed.
And it looks like That's Agorable now decided potentially at 18 minutes that they'll be taking the Raptors down maybe. They're just standing around, or Ankyr is standing around here, probably waiting for High Primat to come in.
On it now. Yeah. Indeed.
And speaking of which, look at High Primate's skin. Beautiful.
I was just about to say the same thing. I noticed that.
ESP.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And it looks like uncontested here, which is very bad for Friendship,
especially with all the wards around.
Yeah, I mean there is no response from Friendship. I'm not sure what's going on because
they're coming in now, but it's a bit late, it seems.
Yeah, I mean looks like Anchor jumps in there, and Bobby got an alt Anchor, but falls back here. So there is no team reaction here. Juwon misses a rock here. Poison is still holding his sword, ready to swing. Gets a tether on Juwon, and ults in, and Juwon gets out there. Oh, but misses. But Juwon is low, but High Primer is ulting, and it looks like Microbic goes in for the pickup from Poison here. And looks like that's 3 teams down here, and the main might be going down as well. And that is 4 teams down, and it looks like they got to do something now, because it looks like that's Agorable are planning to make something out of this. That's potentially getting that tier 2 in middle.
Even a prime push at this moment, I reckon, could work for them.
Yeah, I mean, they could potentially do it because they are ahead.
Yeah, they are well ahead there.
But I feel like they want to get that jumper pads down there for friendship.
Yeah.
Komogutsu is going in here. He wants to punch stuff because he likes to crunch and punch, get stunned.
And
I think going down, that was beautifully done by the Agorobles. I mean, that's Agorable. That's a Rampage rock into a gadget. Oh, holy moly me. They are really making this work here. And you can see it with the amount of kills, 26-4. But it looks like they might be falling back here. I don't think it's the right time. They are low in mana. And I feel that they might not be able to have a return on investment in terms of pickoffs here. So they might be falling back. Maybe get a few things along the way. Maybe jungle buffs. If they want to be ballsy, they could probably go for all prime. It looks like Microbic is getting collapsed on. Could we see a potential juke here? Because he's running away.
Maybe.
He's getting a low.
As Microbic, I would be turning around and... there's a few of them following me to see how many. I was like, 1, 2...
3, 4, 5, but it looks like Microbic, the Countess, has she has about 4 adamant edges, so that's a lot of health for a Countess, and that's a lot of bursty.
That is a lot of health.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of which, we have 1, 2, 3 wards, 4 wards, and that's Agorable, and we've got now 1, 2, 3, 4 wards. So it feels like they're getting wards now, but Microbic might be going down here.
Yeah, he's getting attacked by those
Poison, turn around, hit! Oh! Microbic gets that kill, yeah.
Those minions were doing a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Poison could have gotten that kill there if he just committed.
Yeah, definitely. It happens a lot, actually. You see points where people were running, and if they just turned around and fought, then they could probably have a fair go at taking them out.
And I think the mentality is if you're about to die, there's no point in running away. You're less likely to live, so you might as well just fight to the end. You never know what happens at the end, especially with minions.
And get a few pickoffs and minions. Yeah,
I mean, Winion's going to be there to help you.
Last night, just for an example, I was playing Deca and I was up at their tier 1. And
speaking of which, High Primer gets the kill on Komogutsu there. The Mang is going down. He ults, but he gets a drop here. That's 3 down here, and it looks like they're all running in 1 by 1, and potentially wow, it looks like Purple Wiggy gets a killer Anchor in the beautiful pick off there. He should be getting away here. He might be dying for that though. And he's doing some jukes, but unfortunately High Primer gets that's 4 down there. And at the same time, Microbic is pushing the off lane. Sorry about that, Damage, to cut you off. You're going to tell us a story of your people?
It's all right. There's a lot going on. Yes, the story of my people. I was one verse wanting a countess who wanted to have a go at me. I ulted on her as Deca, and the minions started attacking her, and I just ran to our tier 2. Got a few stuns off on her, stunned her in the tower, and it took her out.
Yeah, it's about the commitment. Speaking of commitment, looks like Microbic is trying to commit for that inhib, but will be getting away potentially. Looks like she'll be fighting and trying to fight Komogutsu.
Just eliminated.
Did you see that damage that she just output? It's just Komogutsu. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess
she is 20 points ahead at the moment. So
yeah, she will do damage, and I think Friendship are actually feeling it. I mean, they need to think about obviously those smart pickoffs. But if they're going for counters, they really need to have a few tethers and stuns there to stop her or something. Indeed. Because they don't have any pure supports to I guess shield or counter the damage like a typical Honor the Pure or even a quenching scales.
Yeah. Not only is she 20 points ahead in CP, she's like 3 to 5 levels ahead of all of them at the moment, so that's a lot of damage going on.
Yes, speaking of damage here, it looks like the main